let's take a look at how your markets ended off the day. The JSE, a very flat off to end of the day, but a volatile trading day. And we did see some good movements from your resources as well as your industrial stocks. Here's a closer look. Let's break down those numbers now with Nick Kunze from Sanlam Private Wealth. Nick, as always, thanks for your time. Let's start with those overall market movements. A flat close on the JSE, but we are seeing that the rand is remaining rather resilient against the dollar.
Yeah, good evening. The rand, all again, a topic of conversation. Yeah, testing that 14 to the dollar level at one point, comes to be about 13.96. Bit of a risk-on day, emerging markets back in favour. And I think also coinciding with finally, the rollout of South Africa's vaccines yesterday, and a little bit of a weaker dollar too. But, tailwinds definitely behind the EM and the rand back in favour, which is nice to see.
Yeah, some company news now. Vodacom releasing a solid set of results, but I suppose it's not all that surprising given what we're seeing with the work from home phenomenon and people needing data, but also these new avenues that Vodacom's taken on really starting to pay off for them.
Definitely. Look, I mean, people must realize that, and investors, that Vodacom is not that 40% growth stock it used to be, but nevertheless, still printing money, spitting out cash, doing exactly what we're doing, talking on a data line and a Zoom call at the moment. That's exactly the space they're playing in. 100 billion rand apparently that South African spent on data in the first half of the year. So great set of numbers. And also don't underestimate what they're doing with their money platform. The M-Pesa association, they've got the partnership most of Africa on phones in that world. The numbers are at place, trillions and trillions of rand per year going through it. Another avenue to keep an eye on as well. But overall, nothing to be surprised, as you said.
Right, let's talk about Telkom now. They are anticipating that their earnings are going to be over 140% higher. A similar theme here as with the other telecommunications giants.
Yeah, Telkom a little bit different. We seem to remember that sort of old dinosaur business that has the copper wiring in the ground and doesn't seem to do much, but they're slowly starting to play in the mobile space and their mobile operation is getting better. And earnings up 145, 155%. Look, there are quite a few impairments in them, so take these results with a pinch of salt. But market loving it. Stock, the biggest move of the day, up I think about 14% on the JSE today.
Right, and what about Heineken being in talks with Distal? I did speak to the spokesperson for Distal this morning, and he said there is absolutely nothing going on. This discussion might go nowhere, but I'm not sure what to make of what he said. This might actually go somewhere. And what would it mean if it did, Nick?
Yeah, I'd love to have been on that conversation. I definitely think there's something. This has been a room in the markets for a long time. I think the fit is quite good. I mean, it's a fantastically run South African business, long history behind it, fantastic brands, Savannah, Hunters. Of course, they might be drinking Amarula in Amsterdam if they have their way with Heineken. I think it's a very nice fit, and I think there's definitely something to come, although they're going to have to pay a bit of a premium. And I saw the market reaction initially, stock up 8-9%. That is Distal off the back of the story. But I think maybe after listening to your interview or not, stock grinding a bit lower, finishing up 5%. But I think if they do take this off the bourse or do something with them, they're going to have to need to pay a premium closer to 180, 190 rand a share. But definitely, I think Distal is in play. Nice story.
Thank you for that, Nick Kunze. As always, thank you for your time. And Nick is from Sanlam Private Wealth. In the next bulletin,